childhood crush versus my adult crush. It is what my dreams are made of at this point, folks. I would love to see those two men sweat over each other at this point. What's going on, Rockstars? It is your girl, the leader of the Rockstars, Talia, Janette. We are back with a wrestling update. I told the wrestling Rockstars I was going to give them a video. I definitely did not forget about you guys. I had to let the dust settle from the Royal Rumble. So before we get into it, make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment. Let's talk about the 2021 Royal Rumble. It has been the topic of conversation for the past week. So let's start off with the opening match, which I missed and I didn't bother to rewatch. Y'all, they still booking Goldberg. I don't know who is telling Vince McMahon that Bill Goldberg is a draw. He is not. I didn't want to see him versus Drew McIntyre. I know a lot of you guys did not want to see him versus Drew McIntyre. I'm very glad I didn't put any money on that match because I was not expecting Drew McIntyre to walk out champion. I was so confused when I had the match on, and I don't know what I went to get up to go do. I think I went to go wash the dishes or something. And by the time I came back, match was done. You guys know I always have something to refer back to on my phone. So, yeah. Apparently, there was a claymore, a spear. Yeah. What I was expecting. A claymore, a spear, maybe a jackhammer. Yeah. So, y'all know Goldberg cannot go longer than 10-15 minutes in a match. I don't think the match was 15 minutes. It might have been like an 8-minute match. And I'm not one to judge anybody when they get gassed because I've been gassed in pretty much damn near every match I've wrestled. But, yeah. Goldberg gets gassed during his entrance at this point in the game. So, Drew McIntyre retained his championship. Next, we move on to another feud that I'm very confused as to why it is still happening. Carmella versus Sasha Banks. I don't know why this is a thing. We revamped Carmella's character. She's no longer the Staten Island princess. Now she's just some bougie chick with a boob job. And she has this servants guy, Reginald, who he's been interfering. Like, I think when they pull the trigger on him, he's going to be a mid-card guy. Like, he does all the indie-rific, flippy HNS stuff that y'all like. And if you don't know what HNS is, too bad on you. But if you know, you know. You know what HNS is on the wrestling scene. Yeah, I didn't really care for that match. I really thought at a few points Carmella was going to win. She did at one point put Carmella in. I mean, Carmella put Sasha in the code of silence, which is like, it's a dope ass submission. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Like, I give credit where it's due. It was a dope ass submission, and Sasha managed to get out of it. And she at some point got into a bank statement, and Carmella tapped. So Sasha is still the champion. I'm not sure entirely what the purpose of this Bad Bunny guy is. He's apparently a rapper. Shows you guys how in tune I am with mainstream music right now. I don't know what a Bad Bunny is. I'm not too sure why he's performing with Booker T. But now he's the thing as well on Raw. Like, my guy has a whole entrance and pyro. He has pyro, y'all. Okay. Moving right along. Then we move on to the Women's Royal Rumble match. Now, this video might be a little long because I'm going to try to go through all 60 entrants from the women to the men. So, and I might toss some pictures here and there, but we're going to see how, like, just how I get through editing, and we'll go from there. All right, so number one entrance was Bailey, which kind of caught me off guard that she was the first entrance, but cool. Naomi made her return, which I was personally waiting for. I was so excited to see her back. Like, it was long overdue. Bianca Belair was the third entrance, and one day WWE is going to give me my Bianca Naomi Ember Moon moment. And if it doesn't happen on the main stage, it has to happen on the indie scene. Like, I want to see the three of them interact at some point, like in a legit match. Billie Kay entered at number 4, but she sat at the commentary table for majority of the Rumble. Shotzi Blackheart was number 5. I don't really, not to bash Shotzi. I heard she was pretty good on the indie scene. I never followed her on the indie scene. She wasn't somebody that I, like, said I ever wanted to wrestle, so I don't really know much about her. I've seen her on NXT, and I mean, she's another indie darling at this point. Shayna Baszler, who I feel needs to be booked way better and deserves way better, entered at number 6. Y'all, I don't know why they still making Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax a team, but Shayna Baszler definitely deserves a singles run again. Toni Storm entered at number 7. Now, in the midst of this, Shotzi Blackheart is eliminated. Yeah, Baszler eliminated her, which, I mean, I wasn't too mad at. Now, for those of you who are, you know, 90s babies like me, the number 8 entrance might have popped you. So Jillian Hall made a return. Here's a picture for those of you who may not know who Jillian Hall is. You show your age every time you come to this channel. Ruby Riott was number 9 entrance. Again, a little bit more 90s nostalgia. Victoria entered at number 10. I wouldn't be mad if she gets one more run with WWE. I really feel that should be made a thing. Peyton Royce, she entered at number 11. And then what I think popped a lot of us was that she hit her version of a Widow's Peak in front of Victoria. And then Victoria gave her a Widow's Peak and showed her how a Widow's Peak is really done. It's dope. Santana Garrett entered at number 12. Liv Morgan entered at number 13. In the midst of this, Jillian Hall and Billie Kay were eliminated. Now, number 14 was Rhea Ripley. And I feel after Charlotte buried her last year, my girl has been lost completely in the freaking sauce. I don't feel that they know really what they're doing with her at this point, which sucks because she definitely could be a threat. Toni Storm has now been eliminated in the midst of this, as has Santana Garrett. Charlotte Flair entered at number 15. Just bear in mind, her and Asuka had a tag team title match against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler on the kickoff show, and they lost the titles because Lacey Evans is running around with Ric Flair, which is clearly a thing right now. Ruby Riott is now eliminated in the midst of that. Dana Brooke enters at number 16. Liv Morgan gets eliminated. A little bit more 90s nostalgia. Tori Wilson. I personally feel Tori and Jillian were not spots that needed to be had. There were other former divas that should have deserved, that could have been in that spot. Dana Brooke is eliminated in between that. Lacey Evans enters at number 18 to Ric Flair's music, which at some point, where does the madness freaking stop? Where does it stop? Where does it begin, folks? Like, where does it stop? Now, after Lacey and Charlotte have their interaction, Peyton's been eliminated. Tori's been eliminated. Bailey has been eliminated. Bailey threw a freaking fit when she got eliminated. It was the most hilarious thing ever. Mickie James enters at number 19, which I'm always here for. I love me some Mickie James. Nikki Cross, who we haven't seen in ages, enters back as well. Alicia Fox was number 21. Now, this is where I felt the Women's Royal Rumble was highly, highly disrespected. Some of y'all found it funny. I didn't find it funny. R-Truth comes down to the ring. He is the 24/7 champion, which I don't understand why this is a title anymore. Like, we could bring back the European title at this point. I'm confused to why that's a thing. And we're making R-Truth a joke. He enters the ring. Him and Alicia have a weird interaction. Alicia pins him. She's the 24/7 champ. Somehow now, weirdly, Mandy Rose enters and Alicia Fox is eliminated. And now they're having this whole 24/7 champion battle outside the ring. Y'all know the gimmick. All the guys who've been chasing R-Truth come back. R-Truth now pins Alicia Fox outside the ring. He is now 24/7 champion again after this. It's the most confusing and disrespectful thing ever that they interrupted the Women's Royal Rumble for that nonsense. Number 23 was Dakota Kai. You know, captain of Team Kicks. Her and Rhea Ripley, they have beef in NXT, so of course it showed out in the ring. Mickie James gets eliminated. Bianca and Naomi, they've been, you know, interacting a lot. Keep in mind, Naomi entered at number 2, Bianca entered at number 3, and they are still in the match, 23 people in. Carmella entered at 24. Dakota Kai and Mandy Rose get eliminated. Nikki Cross gets eliminated. Lo behold, number 25, freaking Tamina. Tamina deserves so much better, but at this point, we might have to pack it up with her kids. Carmella gets super kicked, and no, I'm lying. Reginald got super kicked, and Carmella was eliminated. Freaking Lana enters at 26. Y'all know I don't care for Lana's gimmick. I don't really care for her. Yeah, she's improved, but again, they punking her out to Nia Jax, and moving right along. Alexa Bliss enters at 27. As soon as she came, she did not last a full 10 minutes and was eliminated. Ember Moon entered at number 28. Y'all already know my girl came to show up and show out. Y'all already know what the business is with Ember Moon. Nia Jax was number 29. Over her. Over Nia Jax. Like, they wanted to send all the big guys back to the PC to get trained. Nia needs to go back to the PC as well. Lacey Evans gets eliminated. Ember Moon gets eliminated. Naomi, who had lasted about 45, 48 minutes, gets eliminated. Keep in mind, Bianca Belair entered at number 3. Bianca Belair is still in the Royal Rumble. Tamina gets eliminated by her cousin, Nia Jax. We always got to run a Samoan storyline somewhere, right? Shayna Baszler gets eliminated. Nia Jax gets eliminated. Number 30 entrant is Talia, which we found that out on SmackDown because there was a match to see who was going to be the 30th entrant. After that, it was very lackluster. Like, I think after, you know, the initial pop of all the old divas coming back, it tailed off, but it was a good Rumble. I enjoyed it. I did. Natalya gets eliminated. Charlotte gets eliminated. It came down to Charlotte, Rhea, and Bianca. Bianca and Rhea slugged it out as best as they could. Bianca wins. I'm here for all this black girl magic. A lot of y'all were trying to say that her feet had touched the floor at one point. Like, it was a screen grab, like, somewhere around here. A screen grab floating around. If y'all were mad a black girl won, just say that. Like, don't sit here and say, oh, she wasn't ready. Her feet touched the floor. No, you guys are just mad a black girl won the Royal Rumble. So, let's get over it, shall we? Alright, next up, The last man standing match with Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. Y'all, I really thought they was about to put the title on Kevin Owens. Like, when I tell y'all, I got zoed so many times during that match. It was about 4 times I thought Kevin Owens had that match won. It was a dope match. I'm really not sure where we're going with this whole tribal chief head of the table for Reigns. At this point, if Kevin Owens doesn't do it, I'm not sure who's going to dethrone Roman. Y'all guess would be as good as mine at this point. I really would not be able to tell y'all who's going to dethrone Roman Reigns at this point, unless Seth Rollins somehow gets worked back into a championship picture. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure how that's going to work. Yeah, they slugged it out. Like, he handcuffed Roman at one point. Paul Heyman interfered in that and helped him. A ref got hit at. It was a lot going on, but it made Kevin Owens look like he wasn't beatable because he had to have Paul Heyman help. He had to have Jey Uso help. I don't understand like what the point of Jey Uso is at this point anymore. Like, it's clear that they were trying to push him as a single star, but it's like, bro, you need your brother at this point. But yeah, I totally thought Kevin Owens was winning this match, but it was a solid match through and through. I mean, you know, we couldn't expect anything crazy. Like I said, I don't know if Seth Rollins is going to get worked back into a title picture. I'm not sure how they're going to get that title legitimately off Roman, unless it's like some type of other stipulation type of match. To the 30-man Royal Rumble. Edge, y'all know, since I was a wee lass, I loved me some Edge. I was very sad when he retired. I was so glad he came back last year. Edge entered at number 1. Randy Orton entered at number 2. They really dragged this feud out like big time. Sami Zayn entered at number 3. Mustafa Ali, who I am personally not buying as a heel. I don't know if you guys are buying him as a heel. I don't know if the world is buying him as a heel, but the leader of Retribution entered at number 4. Jeff Hardy enters at number 5. Y'all know what? We're going to give Jeff Hardy his flowers while he is still here, because this man, he is making the best of his I don't know if this is like his 4th or 5th run with WWE, but he is making the best of it, y'all. Like, I feel he's been involved in so many storylines since he's been back, and I'm just confused. Like, I think now he might be feuding with AJ Styles again. I'm not sure. They had a match the other night, but Dolph Ziggler enters at number 6 and eliminates Jeff Hardy. Awesome. Shinsuke Nakamura, the artist known as Gotamora, who has gone back to his babyface music, which I love. My students love his theme music. I play it in class. He enters at number 7. The internet kind of imploded on itself when Carlito came back. I didn't go crazy for it. I was like, okay, it's Carlito. He's ripped now, though, y'all. Like, I ain't gonna hold y'all. He was out here looking like a whole poppy. Xavier Woods entered at number 9. Big E entered at number 10. In the midst of that, Sami Zayn has been eliminated. Ricochet entered at number 12. I'm not too sure what WWE is doing with Ricochet at this point. Like, I don't know if it's that he should have stayed at NXT. I don't know if he should have stayed on the indie scene. But I'm just not feeling what they are doing with Ricochet. Just comparing what he was doing on the indies and comparing to what he was doing in Lucha Underground, I'm not happy with WWE with the way they're doing my guy Ricochet. Elias entered at number 13. Carlito gets eliminated. Damian Priest entered at number 14. If booked correctly, Damian Priest is going to be a problem if booked properly. Elias gets eliminated. Now, somewhere along this now, Randy Orton faked the injury. Like, y'all gotta give Randall Keith Orton his props where it's due as well. He's playing the game to the T. Another person who's playing the game to the T is The Miz, who entered at number 15. Mike from the Real World, he is another one. He needs his flowers while he is still here, because I think in the 14, 15-year career this man has had, it might have been longer, I've never heard of The Miz being hurt, being injured. Like, he takes time off to do movies, and that's it. Like, the man is probably one of the safest workers ever. Miz gets eliminated. John Morrison gets eliminated. Matt Riddle enters at number 16. I don't really care for Matt Riddle. Like, the gimmick, all of that. I don't care for it. Daniel Bryan enters at number 17. Kane enters at number 18. We have a glorious Team Hell No reunion. I feel Kane was a waste of a spot. Did you really want to see Kane? Did you really want to see Glenn Jacobs? Because I know I didn't. You could have told me pick 30 wrestlers and Kane wouldn't have been like on the tip of my tongue. Granted, I know what he's done in past Rumbles in his prime, but Kane would have not, like, that would have been a name on my list. Ziggler gets eliminated. Ricochet gets eliminated. Kane gets eliminated. Baron Corbin, I will not call this man King Corbin, because I don't know how long ago he won the King of the Ring. Like, I feel this has been like a 2-year thing now. He's been dragging this King Corbin nonsense. So no, I will not address him as such. Baron Corbin entered at number 19. Shinsuke Nakamura is eliminated. Otis entered at number 20. I don't know what they're doing with Otis. The caterpillar disturbs me though. And soon as he gets in, he does a few moves, he does the caterpillar and gets eliminated. Dominic Mysterio, as I said in the previous video, he's going to be a beast in another year. Give that young man another year of training. He is going to be a huge problem, especially in that cruiserweight division. He's going to be a beast. Baron Corbin gets eliminated by Mysterio. Bobby Lashley enters at number 22. Yeah. Bobby Lashley scares me. I've seen this man up close working. Like, I watched him throw Braun Strowman off of a ledge, or I watched him get thrown. I don't remember what it was. Somebody got thrown off a ledge, and it was just scary. And I was like 5 feet from it. Bobby Lashley scares me, y'all. Dominic Mysterio gets eliminated. Damian Priest gets eliminated. Hurricane enters at 23. I mean, if you like Shane Helms, by all means. I was never a Hurricane girl. As soon as he came, it was as soon as he left and was eliminated. Christian, Captain Charisma. Now, those of you last year remember, this was Edge's reaction when his music hit and he came out. This was Edge's reaction when he saw Christian. This was the reunion that happened. For those of you with the benefit of flash photography, if you know, you know. I want to see Edge and Christian have another tag team run. I think if Edge is healthy enough and Christian is out of the dangers of a concussion issue, I wouldn't be mad. I mean, it would be not, they wouldn't benefit from it, but I could see them putting over a lot of young talent. Like, I could definitely see them putting over Retribution, because I don't know what Retribution's doing at this point. I feel them and New Day would just be a hell of a match just to watch. Like, nobody would get anything out of it, but I think it would be a hell of a match to watch. Bobby Lashley gets eliminated. AJ Styles enters at number 25 with this guy, with that almost guy. Somebody mentioned on Facebook that they're excited for WWE to pull a trigger on him. And I said this, we can mark this down. You can save this, screen grab this portion of the video. He's going to turn on AJ Styles because AJ Styles, I feel, is going to try to bitch him out. He's going to turn on AJ. The feud is going to be hot for 10 minutes, and then he's going to be another big guy lost in the shuffle. Like, I want to have high hopes, but I've learned not to get my hopes high with WWE anymore when it comes to booking big people and when it comes to, you know, booking the melanin folks, because, you know, it's hit or miss. Rey Mysterio entered at number 26, which I guess we got to do something with Rey Mysterio. I wasn't paying attention though. I don't know if Rey Mysterio still has one eye, but Randy Orton's burns can be gone in like 2 weeks, right? Big E is eliminated. Sheamus entered at number 27. You know what? I would not be mad if Sheamus took the title off of Drew McIntyre. Like, I think it would be a hell of a match. It would be, if built properly, it's going to be a hell of a feud. Rey Mysterio gets eliminated. The number 28 entrant is another man who I personally feel should have been a world champion by now, and they want to keep throwing him in tag teams. Cesaro. The Swiss Cyborg needs better booking and needs a title run before 2021 is over. Make it happen. The SmackDown Savior, Mr. Seth Rollins, the man's man, made his comeback at number 29. Now, I'm going to hold y'all. I low-key kind of forgot Seth Rollins wasn't working, that he was on paternity leave. I totally forgot. But now that he's back, I do think, you know, he's going to get put back in the title run. Like, you can't really do much without Seth Rollins. Like, I feel at some point, like, do I think him and Roman will have an interaction? Absolutely. But I don't feel it's going to be booked properly. Braun Strowman entered at number 30. I totally forgot this man had a job, and I've been reading online that he's like a low-key racist, so I'm not even going to give him much fire. Cesaro gets eliminated, Sheamus gets eliminated, AJ gets eliminated, Daniel Bryan gets eliminated, Matt Riddle, who is still in the match, gets eliminated. Keep in mind, Edge entered at number 1. Edge is still in this match, y'all. Braun gets eliminated, Christian gets eliminated. It came down to Edge and Seth, which scares me because y'all know how Seth like throwing people into turnbuckles and, you know, bomb buckles and what he like doing a lot of that. And I'm just scared for Edge's neck at this point. We totally forgot Randy Orton is playing possum. The man legit when Seth got eliminated came the hell out of nowhere, bro. And we get the RKO. We thought it was over. We thought Edge was getting eliminated. We thought Randy Orton was on his way to WrestleMania. And Edge said, yeet. And my guy Edge wins the Royal Rumble. The Rated R Superstars going to WrestleMania. Now, I just want y'all to know, keep in the back of your minds, I believe Bianca broke her record from last year and she set a new women's record. And I feel Edge may have, it doesn't say it here, but I do think Edge might have tied Ray's record, or he might have broken it that night. Also, let's put on record, Edge never lost his heavyweight title when he retired. He had to relinquish his title. A lot of you, you know, forget relinquishing a title and losing it are two different things. He had to relinquish his title because of an injury that we all thought was career ending. So, who are the winners of the Royal Rumble picking? You have Bianca Belair, who can face Asuka, Sasha Banks, or Io Shirai. The draw for that will be Sasha versus Bianca. If I was to spend my money, I want to see them. I do not want to see her toss around Io Shirai when we know Io Shirai is the better wrestler. I don't want to see her toss around Asuka when we know Asuka's the better wrestler. And I just feel with the Japanese Joshis, it's like a different level of wrestling you have to do with them, especially somebody on an Asuka level, somebody on an Io Shirai level. Not to discredit Bianca, but I just feel for a WrestleMania moment, the bigger draw would be her versus Sasha, because it would just be legit attitude, sass. It would just be like the build up to that is going to be amazing. So I personally feel she should shoot Sasha. If I was booking it, it would be her versus Sasha. As far as Edge goes, Edge can challenge Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, or Finn Balor, who is the NXT champion. Kind of disappointed he wasn't at the Rumble. To me, the draw would be Edge versus Finn. I would want to see that. My childhood crush versus my adult crush. It is what my dreams are made of at this point, folks. I would love to see those two men sweat over each other at this point. I know that was such a creep thing to say, but it's the truth. I know for a fact, like, so a lot of you want the Edge versus Roman and Spear versus Spear type of thing. I don't want to see it because I don't think it would be a legit build up, and I can see Edge really getting hurt in that. Edge versus Drew is not a draw. Like, not to discredit Drew, like, he deserves it. It's long overdue. He is a sweetheart. I've met him. He's a nice person. He deserves all the success he is getting right now, but I just feel his title run has been very lackluster, just with no crowd, and then he had COVID. It's just, then you like the whole Goldberg thing. It was a very lackluster title run for him. No one's really cared about it too much, so I don't think him versus Edge would be the draw, but I think that's the match we are going to get, just for the simple fact that Edge never lost that title. So I do think that's going to be the match we're going to get, but it's not going to be the draw. I feel Bianca versus Sasha should be the headliner. I don't think the men should headline WrestleMania. I really think the women should headline WrestleMania, because Sasha versus Bianca is a way bigger draw than Drew versus Edge. I mean, again, this is just if I was booking it, folks. If you think different, please comment below. I'm always here to have these debates. But yeah, I don't think Edge versus Drew is the match. And also, we just got to keep in mind, there's a whole pay-per-view in between this. The Elimination Chamber is definitely in between now and WrestleMania. Like, this video will be up way before WrestleMania. It'll probably be up before the Elimination Chamber. I do kind of have a feeling that Sheamus might win the Elimination Chamber match. Just kind of just how they're building it right now. And I think Lacey Evans, I feel just the feud with her and Charlotte, for it to logically make sense, is to have Asuka lose off of a distraction by Charlotte, put the title on Lacey, and then give Charlotte the title at Mania. I don't understand the whole Lacey Ric Flair storyline. I'm not sure what's happening there. But Lacey is going to probably be a transitional champion. I know, me and several of my friends, we've talked about this. Besides that spring moonsault that she does, which is flawless, because that is balance and coordination at its finest. Outside of that moonsault, I don't think I don't understand how everybody has either a Superman punch or a discus punch as a finisher. Like, I mean, but this is also coming from the girl whose finisher was a DDT. Like, a good old classic DDT, can't go wrong with. But yeah, do we want Lacey versus Charlotte at Mania? Absolutely not. But that's what the build-up looks like it's going to be. It looks like she will be a transitional champion, but we'll see, folks. But I thank you guys always for watching, and I'll see you WrestleMania weekend maybe for my wrestling fans, or maybe Elimination Chamber we'll do a review on.